We are back on Taking Care of Business on Kern Radio, News Talk, 1180, 1230 KGEO, and 1410 KERI. I appreciate Senator Rubio coming on the show, and I know I gave him a little bit of a hard time, frustrated him a little bit, but, high-speed rail is a big thing, and, you and I are both definitely against it, so...
Well, I'm against it personally. Yes.
Yeah. One thing, and I was going to mention it, but we ran out of time. He's talking about the $68 billion, which is going to be a lot more than that. It'll probably be closer to $100 billion by the time they're done. But he's looking at the 100,000 jobs. I did a little math last night. I had to pull out a calculator that was a little stronger than mine because $68 billion is a lot of numbers. But if you divide 100,000 jobs into $68 billion, it's $680,000 a job. That's a lot of money to justify a job.
Well, that's not as much as what the stimulus bill spent on a job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, quite a bit more. So, it's runaway spending for something that there's no guarantee this thing is going to even provide the ridership that it's going to be needed to keep it in the black.
Yeah, I wish Michael could have given us more time because I think he has a lot to say.
Yeah, I like Mike.
Well, I like Mike. I don't necessarily agree with the way he's been voting.
No.
But I do like Mike. I also used to like Dean Flores, or I still like Dean Flores. Mm-hmm. Mike's predecessor.
Well, and one thing about Senator Rubio, about Michael, he wasn't really big on the budget, as it was introduced by his colleagues, and I admire him for that because the budget they have isn't working. So it's more deficit spending.
The one thing I really admire about Michael Rubio, Senator Rubio, is the fact that he put family first.
Yes.
And God and family, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. And, as I mentioned to him off the air and when we first started the interview, I've got the same problem with one of my 4 kids, and it's one of those things that unless you go through it, it's really, really hard to explain because there's a lot of heartache and a lot of joy in odd places, but a lot of heartache and a lot of grief. So my hat's off to him. So you and I've got a little time to talk the rest of the show, huh?
Well, I've got some interesting stuff coming up. We have a big election coming up this year for the new president, vice president, all the way down. We have legislators, both city, county, state, and federal.
So you want to talk about the election coming up?
A little bit. What I really want to talk about is a program that the Kern Association of Health Underwriters and the Life Underwriters in Kern County are putting together a program called the Kern Great Debate. Actually, it's www.kerngreatdebate, and I hope people will take the time to go and check out the Great Debate on www.kerngreatdebate. This is going to take place on September 21st. It's going to be held at the Petroleum Club down in Bakersfield on the 12th floor. There's going to also at the same time be a health fair going on and a business symposium for people that want to learn a little bit about business in the community. The health fair will be there so people can get their blood pressure checked, get their cholesterol checked. It's going to be really a fun day. It's going to be an all-day event from 8 to 5, and tickets are $10. You can get tickets by calling my office, 427-4700, or Marty Pay's office at 822-3737. First, what we're going to do is, let me just say some of the fun stuff that's going to take place. We're going to have a comedian, Scott Wood, coming in, and there's a little preview of Scott on the website. We've also got Jimmy Bond, who's an Elvis imitator, and he puts on a show called The Rat Pack is Back, done in Vegas. Jimmy also lives now in Tehachapi, and he's putting a video together that will be probably up online by the time this show is heard. So again, check out Kern Great Debate. We've got commitments from just about everybody. And if they haven't committed, they need to commit. But let's start with the city council race. We talked to Harold Hansen the other day, and he's committed to be there. And I believe Jackie Sullivan has already committed. Another one who's running for the office at city council would be Harley Pinson, Daniel Mabagu, Terry Maxwell of Maxwell's Restaurant, and then we have David Mensch, who's going to be running. And just this morning, or just the other day, actually, I realized that Michael Brenham is going to be running against Jackie Parks. So we're going to be in contact with all these people and get them to debate first thing on the morning of September 21st. Then we're going to move, after those debates, we're going to move into the county debates where we've got Mick Gleason is going to be debating Roy Ashburn for the county office that's becoming available. And one of the other neat things, Marty, we're going to have at this program is moderators. And our moderators are going to be coming from either Cal State Bakersfield or Bakersfield College from the political science departments, which I'm pretty excited about also, because we don't want a moderator who is leaning one way or the other, because this is a nonpartisan program. We want to be fair to everybody.
And you've got a master of ceremonies that I hear is extraordinary.
We had a couple. We're still trying to figure out who we want.
Thank you, Clay.
Yeah. Marty has agreed to be the basically the master of ceremonies, just to introduce the moderators, who will then get introduce the candidates for the various offices. In the afternoon, we're going to have the state races, and Rudy Salas has agreed to join us at that. And I'm trying to think who else is going to be coming on. Kevin McCarthy for the federal office, his office has stated if he's in town, he will be there. One of the reasons we made this on a Friday afternoon was because most of the legislators are out of in their districts on a Friday. And so hopefully if Kevin isn't out running around trying to recruit candidates, we can have Kevin come in and debate Terry Phillips, who's competing against him. And then also David Valadeo is running for a federal office. So we have lots and lots of people that are going to be at this event.
Now, who's running against David? That's the office that excuse me. That's the office that Michael was going to run for until he decided to back out because of his family issues.
Right. I'm going to have to look it up.
Hold on a second. Let me do the Jeopardy thing here, okay? Do 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 do.
Well, it may not be that quick. I'm not.
So the website again is www.kerngreatdebate.com, and it starts at 8 o'clock. It'll go till 5 o'clock. The entertainment, which is going to be funny. We've had Scott Woods on the show before. He was hilarious.
Oh, Scott's an awesome individual.
Yeah, that'll be at 11:45. We've had Mick Gleason on the show before, and he'll be running, as Clay mentioned, against Roy Ashburn. And Terry Maxwell. Okay, Terry's running. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, Terry is, these people have taken out papers. It doesn't mean that they're actually going to be running.
Well,
and,
if they've taken out papers, the odds are they're going to be running.
Well, I hope so.
And then Harley's going to be running for, what seat is Harley running for?
He's going to run for city council.
Okay, good.
And
I'm glad to see him in the fight.
You asked me who David Valadeo was running against. It's John Hernandez.
Oh, that's right.
We've contacted John's office, and we haven't got a response yet, but I'm sure John will want to be there to debate David Valadeo.
Mm-hmm. Well, that would actually be a pretty good debate.
Well, David's coming out of the state assembly.
Mm-hmm.
After one term, he's going to be running for the United States representative position, excuse me, in the 21st district.
That brings up another point, because I know he doesn't come up for election until 2014, but I wonder if Michael Rubio is going to run for his existing seat come 2014. He might have a little bit of a hard time with his position on high-speed rail.
Oh, he might.
He's getting creamed in King County, and let's see, he's got King County, and I think he's got part of Tulare County, and he's getting killed in those counties because of his high-speed rail stand.
Is he?
Yeah.
How's he doing in Bakersfield?
Good question. I don't know, but with high-speed rail being the issue that it is, I don't think he's doing a whole lot better here. So,
well, I know Michael's had a good following and a lot of support in the Bakersfield Kern County community.
Well, he is a moderate Democrat, and plus he's the only Democrat in the Senate from the San Joaquin Valley, so he's got a good chance.
The only senator?
He is the only Democratic senator.
Democratic senator. Because Gene Fuller is up there.
Well,
also.
But she's Republican. But the only Democratic senator in the state senator in the San Joaquin Valley.
Well, and then as far as the state assembly, since we're talking about the state assembly, we've got, I mentioned Rudy Salas, and he's running against Pedro Rios.
Mm-hmm.
And Rudy's been on the show, and any candidates that want to come on the show, we're more than happy to have them come on, because we try to be as fair as we possibly can, which I'm not. But I try.
Well, we can be a little tough. I think I was a little tough on Michael today, but that issue of high-speed rail is a thorn in everybody's side. I mean, I don't know how the hell they're going to support this thing. What are they going to do? Where are they going to come up with that kind of money? And as far as the money coming out of the roads, that was not something those were not words I put into his mouth. Those were words he actually said. He was talking about, transportation funds. Well, transportation funds are road funds.
Right.
So,
right.
Any way you cut it. So, anyways, it'll be interesting to see what happens. So, the Great Debate, and what happens the day before? Is there something the public's invited to the day before in the Great Debate?
Actually, dear, I'm glad you asked, Marty. On September 20th, we're going to be we're going to be offering people the opportunity to play in a golf tournament at River Lakes Ranch. And that'll be a shotgun kickoff at 1 o'clock. And then after the River Lakes Ranch golf tournament, we're going over to the Holiday Inn on Marriott Drive, where we're hosting a cocktail reception for the candidates, for the current legislators, for those that sponsor booths, and also for the people that play in the golf tournament. So it's going to be a fun couple of days.
Mm-hmm. So we're looking at the golf tournament on Thursday, and then the healthcare symposium on Friday.
And the cocktail reception, which will also have entertainment on Thursday night.
Okay, now I'll be at the reception, but I will, in the interest of public safety, I will not play golf.
Oh, there goes that tournament.
Well, when I hit the ball, people yell incoming. It is not a pretty sight.
Well, we've had several groups already sign up. So if you plan on playing, get in there. Go to the website, www.Kern Great Debate. Get the information. You can sign up online. You can pay through PayPal. It's pretty interesting program.
Okay. Great. Okay, we'll be back in a moment on Taking Care of Business on Kern Radio News Talk 1180.